Whoa. Oh, what happened to our intro? What?
No intro.
No intro?
Wah wah.
What? Hold on a minute.
What'd
I'm
you
gonna
do?
I'm gonna give them the intro. Hold on.
I thought that was a very unique pick.
Oh my god. Okay, take two. My bad, y'all. All right, welcome to week 9 of the Picks podcast. I'm Matt, and that's Kyle, and we have an
Hi.
intro. I made it. I made it. Trust me. And I'm
Mhm.
quite proud of it. Kyle, I'll tell you what I'm not proud of. I'm not proud of Detroit. Fuck you, Detroit.
No. Fuck Detroit. Very sad. They did not perform.
I'm very upset at the Lions. They killed us again. Now we're 0-9. Sorry, y'all. So I'm like 50-50, Kyle. It's like, do I take over here? Do I intervene? Do I do the right thing?
No, I got this. Get out of here. It's
Or
mine.
or do we just see how long your losing streak goes? 'Cause, look, I
To
don't.
be fair, to the viewers, I have been asking Matt recently, and he's tearing me off plays that were successful. So
I
we're
gave
going
you
back to
every play I
trust
gave you
me.
hit. What are you talking about?
You turned me off on Buffalo, which then made me pivot to
I
Lions.
told you Baltimore, bro. I told you Baltimore.
Oh no.
I was so adamant about Baltimore, and they kicked the shit out of Miami.
I was
I don't want to
adamant
hear
about
it.
Buffalo, but you scared me off of
I don't want
Buffalo.
to hear it. We're gonna get on into all that in just a little bit, but first, it's everybody's favorite time of the year again. It's the trade deadline, which was today, It passed at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think I got 7 trades. 7 trades happened. 8 trades maybe. We're gonna talk about. Well, I guess the only other trade we're really gonna talk about is the Jalen Phillips trade.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't today. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Now I gotta
6,
talk about Jahir
7,
Alexander.
8 today. 8 today. Oh yeah, I gotta talk about Jair too. So we had 8 trades today. 2 other ones that we hadn't talked about yet, so we're gonna get into all of those. Um, but first, I do want to talk about this week in football because we got some news. Well, we've got news, singular, which was Miami has fired their general manager, Chris Greer, on Friday, 5 days before the trade deadline. How did McDaniels not get fired? Like, can you clue me in, Kyle? Did I miss
Because
something here?
McDaniels is actually like a good coordinator and schemer. Like the Dolphins scheme works. Like there's game players open and stuff. Is he a good leader of men?
No,
No.
not at all, bro. Are you kidding me? Did you see how
But I mean
depleted they looked?
his system's working.
Look, he's a great coordinator. He's lost. I mean, I don't know if he's lost the locker room. I'm not in the locker room currently, but
I mean, if anybody, I think Tuos has lost locker room. Did you see his
oh,
pop up
dude,
speech before the game?
absolutely. Oh, Andy Dalton
And
esque,
to be
may I
honest, in the
say?
first half, they low key just couldn't capitalize in the red zone. If they capitalized in the red zone,
Fair
this
point.
game is closer.
Fair point.
They just kind of imploded after the second half.
Yeah, it's a fair point, and we'll get into it in just a little bit. But I just don't know how McDaniel's escaped. I really don't. And
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of weird that they fired their GM 5 days before the trade deadline. Like, did you not want to make any moves? I guess they ended up, they made one move.
Well, no,
But
apparently, allegedly, according to KB's grapevine, he was preventing them from making moves. They
oh
likely would
no
not have
way
traded Jaden Phillips without him being moved. And they were apparently fielding calls on
about
Jalen Waddle today,
Jalen
but
Waddle. I heard, and
nothing
also
materialized.
Bradley Chubb. I heard was being
Yes,
shipped around,
they
which
were being
I'm
shipped around,
actually
but apparently Chris Greer was not down to ship things around.
yeah.
That's why the owner got rid of him.
My guess is that they didn't trade Bradley just because they traded Jalen Phillips and they didn't want to be completely depleted of pass rushers. So
Yeah.
that's probably my guess. Jalen Waddle, I wasn't really expecting anything to materialize, but I did hear Pittsburgh was making calls and Buffalo was making calls as well about Jalen Waddle. So, yeah, that's really the only news I saw today. I do want to touch on some injuries that happened because there were some
Well,
notable
outside of the
ones.
trades.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud was concussed and had to leave during Week 9's game. His Week 10 status is in doubt. I didn't really think it was that bad at first. I don't know if you saw the replay on this, but
Yeah, I saw it. I
just
didn't
kind of
think it was
slammed
that
his
bad,
head.
but yeah.
So his Week 10 status is in doubt. Pat Surtain was also hurt in this game. His Week 10 status is in doubt with a pec injury.
Wow.
The Jaguars have placed Travis Hunter on IR with a non-contact knee injury, not an ACL, but
Suffered during practice. Very
suffered
sad.
during
He was just about.
practice.
He was ready to pop out.
Oh
pop
my
off.
God, I know, dude. I know. I was so high. I was so high on him. Speaking of Jags wide receivers, you had Brian Thomas also leave with an ankle injury, and De'Ami Brown suffered a concussion. So they did make a trade for a wide receiver today. Is what
They
it
did make a
entailed.
trade today. Could be why with
makes
these
sense.
injuries.
A big one on Sunday. Tucker Kraft is going to miss the rest of the season with a torn ACL. Yeah, is that hit home for you in fantasy? Because I feel like a lot of people.
No, I don't.
Just like,
I don't have any Tucker Craft stock. So, but that sucks. He was an exciting player to watch.
He was having some year. He was having a career year. So
he was having a year.
Aaron Jones left the Vikings and Lions game early with a hamstring injury. Was on his way to having a really good game, by the way. So that sucked, and that sucked for me because I'm the owner of Aaron Jones in two leagues, which biting my ass every single week. I feel like.
Yeah.
San Francisco announced their first-round rookie Michael Williams towards ACL in Sunday's game versus the Giants. He will miss the rest of the year. That's a big loss for a team that just can't seem to escape the injury bug these last couple of years. Joe Alt also suffered another high ankle sprain, second one of the year for him. This time, they're saying it could require surgery. I know that he's got an MRI.
I've heard through KB's grapevine he's out for the year. That's what I've heard.
I would not be surprised.
That's what I heard through KB's grapevine.
Yeah, I would not be surprised at all. And actually, you know what? They announced that he is going to get season-ending ankle surgery.
There we go. KB's grapevine pulling
He
through.
is out for the year. This news is also like almost a day old at this point. So,
yeah, KB's grapevine though. You weren't up to date with KB's grapevine.
Evidently not. And the last two I've got here, another team that's just decimated right now. Jaden Daniels. They're calling it a dislocated left elbow. I'm calling it complete destruction of the left elbow.
If this injury is not season-ending, which apparently through KB's grapevine we're hearing it may not be, it is the most traumatic non-season-ending injury I've ever seen in my life.
And I mean, why on God's green earth was he playing in the fourth quarter of a blowout? It mystifies me.
Yeah. Also, Marshawn Lattimore tore his ACL too.
Marshawn Lattimore. Well, that's the other. Actually, I had three, I guess, because I got Marshawn Lattimore and Luke McCaffrey, broken collarbone.
Yeah, broke his collarbone.
So, like, they're done as far as I'm concerned. Washington is officially done in my eyes.
Aaron's very upset about his comment about how he's excited for all the primetime games. He doesn't want them anymore.
I know, man. I know. I really feel bad.
We removed Aaron. Now we've officially ended Aaron's Commander Fact segment, and now we have Ben's Drake May Glaze.
Oh my God! Which I mean, you're gonna have to glaze him a little bit today because the guy had three good quarters. But all right, let's get into some trade talk. Today was the trade deadline, 2025, Tuesday, November 4th. It's also election day. You guys voted?
Yeah.
Kyle, did you vote today, Kyle?
I voted by mail, but I did vote.
Absentee ballots.
Absentee ballot.
Yeah. It's like literally like the place I pull at is a block away. Also, quick, not shout out, but whatever the opposite of a shout out is to the DMV because they had my freaking address wrong. I just updated my address at the end of September, and they got it wrong. So they had 29 Second Avenue instead of 59. Crazy.
You updated your address? I still have my parents' address.
No, I updated it. Well, see, there's two schools of thought, right? It's either once you have like a more permanent residence and you're not renting.
Like I'm not updating until I buy a house.
Yeah, right. Which like that doesn't not make sense if you're staying in the area. I just like to have it on file. I don't know.
You like to be watched by Big Brother?
Yeah, literally.
You like being surveilled?
No, actually, I don't. I'm actually.
You love being dicked down by Big Daddy government.
I like receiving my mail. That's what I like. I like receiving my mail because then my dad will constantly bother me about it because he's like, Matt, I have mail for you. I'm like, I'll get it when I do. Let's talk about some trades, Kyle. Let's start with our Eagles. I guess going chronologically. We did talk a little. Did we talk about Michael Carter at all?
Yes, we did, because Michael Carter, that news broke, I believe, the day of the pod, because we did the pod.
Okay, yeah. So we did talk about Michael Carter. They made another move for another cornerback. Jair Alexander, former Pro Bowler. I forget what the exact specifics were because I didn't have it written down.
I believe they traded.
It was in a lot.
They got Jair Alexander in a 7th for a 6th.
7th and a 6th. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, that should tell you how bad, if you don't watch Eagles football like Kyle and I do religiously, that should tell you just how bad Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo have been, which are their second and third cornerbacks. If you're trading for, no offense to Jair.
Adoree Jackson's hurt. He has a hamstring injury.
Okay, there you go.
And then
Keely
Ringo, I mean, obviously hasn't been playing that well.
Has a bad case of can't tackleitis. Very contagious. But it's kind of interesting to me, right? They traded for a slot guy in Michael Carter. And then, I mean, I guess you could say Jair is definitely more of an outside guy. But I think this is all kind of to free up Cooper DeJean, because I think a lot of the magic that the Eagles had on offense in on defense in the secondary last year was that DeJean could really play anywhere, right? He was kind of like a joker guy. He could line up outside. He could line up in the slot. I know he's normally the slot guy or the nickel guy. But I think this definitely frees him up to kind of play the field a little bit more. And I'm hoping, I think they're going to, like I said, Michael Carter's more of a slot guy, but I think you're really going to see him start to play outside a little bit more with Jair once they get up to speed on the defense. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that confident in Jair. I think he's just kind of like a depth piece, because I think their cornerback room is really injured.
It's a fair point.
I'm feeling I have similar vibes to Jair that I had with like when they signed Shaq Leonard a few years ago.
That could have worked out.
He's kind of
so
washed.
well.
I mean, he wasn't really doing much. This is one more depth.
Yeah, it's fair.
More versatility to try to keep Cooper DeJean in the nickel.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I'd say the bigger trade, and this, holy shit, I think this absolutely, I don't know what your take is on this. I think this Jalen Phillips trade. So they got linebacker Jalen Phillips from the Miami Dolphins.
Love this trade.
For a 2026 third-round pick.
It's their third-round pick, not the Jets.
Yeah, no,
they have the Jets third.
They have the Jets third.
Reddick trade.
Yep. So it's their 2026 third. I believe they still have 8 picks next year, which is just crazy.
Yeah.
But this is exactly what the Eagles needed. And now, granted, I thought it was going to be Jermaine Johnson, but it ended up being Jalen Phillips, and I'm actually really glad it ended up being Jalen Phillips. This guy is like a freak athlete, gets after the quarterback. He can line up inside or outside. My guess would probably be more outside with Philly just because they have Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis in the middle. But dude, the guy is an absolute freak. He's a monster. I think he could completely change the Eagles defense.
Yeah.
And you know me.
Healthy. And then also, even if he's a free agent this year, even if next year, even if they don't re-sign him, he will count towards the comp pick. So if he plays well, even if they don't even re-sign him, they could even get a third back, which would be kind of crazy.
Which is just he just cheesed the system how he did.
Which is why I guess you like that trade for Miami, because I mean, best case scenario, if you weren't going to re-sign him, he get you a third, and now you were guaranteed a third.
It's fair to see. I mean, it really does hurt Miami's defense. It makes them that much more one-dimensional.
Yeah, but like is Miami doing anything this year?
No, I think they've realized
they're definitely probably going to fire McDaniel at the end of the year. They're donezo.
That's the way it's trending. But you know me, I'm usually the pessimist when it comes between the two of us. But I mean, Philly ranks bottom third in the NFL in sack percentage. That's absolutely going to change with Jalen Phillips. I don't know. This is an A+. This doesn't get any better. I think the Eagles did exactly.
A+.
Yeah, I mean, look, Carter and Jair. Yeah, I don't think they're really game changers. I think that's pretty evident. And they did need help with the secondary, but I think they went and got 2 of the best available guys. I mean, I think Reek Wolin was probably the only other guy you could have maybe thrown in the mix there at cornerback. That you could have argued they made an offer for, but I think they got good value for Jair. They got good value for Michael Carter, so it makes sense. You add a couple of guys. You're not just signing guys off the street. and then you went and got the one thing that really like that's been the staple. That was the staple of your defense in 22. It was the staple of your defense last year, getting after the quarterback, and they've just not been good this year at doing that. So I think this completely changes their defense. So 2 thumbs up. Howie, keep doing your thing. We'll move on here. The Ravens got a defensive end as well. They got Draymond Jones for a 5th round pick from the Tennessee Titans. I mean, again, a team like Baltimore, I mean, the 3rd to last in sack percentage, so this move absolutely makes sense. Jones was tied for the team leader, 4.5 sacks this year in Tennessee with Jeffrey Simmons, who I was honestly surprised did not get traded today. That was a guy a lot of people were talking about, Jeffrey Simmons. So I'm surprised no one could come to it.
A team that bad as the Titans, you don't give away a star player like that, because then that kind of makes you guys unwatchable.
I mean, yeah, I mean you do have a point, right? Like it was either Jones or Simmons. It probably wasn't going to be both. So I guess that really should have told you right at the beginning of the day that it wasn't going to be Simmons. But yeah, I think this is a good get for Baltimore. I don't think this changes their defense like it does for the Eagles, in my opinion. But this is a good get. There's not much more to say.
That's all I get.
The Cowboys. I guess we can knock out both moves the Cowboys made today. We'll start with the lesser of the two. They acquired Cincinnati linebacker Logan Wilson for a 7th round pick. This doesn't do anything for me. This does not move the needle at all for me for Dallas. Wilson was benched in week 6 in favor of rookies Barrett Carter and Demetrius Knight.
Yeah, he's been playing well. He kind of demanded a trade. He just got out. Good for him.
Does not. I mean, he finds himself a Cowboys defense that absolutely needs all the help they can get. But yeah, I don't really think this moves the needle. The one that does move the needle a little bit, at least in my opinion, is their acquisition of New York Jets defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. So the Cowboys have shipped one of their 1st round picks that they got in the. I believe it's the 2027.
It's their 2027 first, 2026 2nd rounder, and a defensive tackle Mazi Smith.
Yeah, who was a former 1st round pick a few years back.
No, the 2027 1st rounder is the better of the two. It's the Bears and the Packers.
Okay, so it's the better of the 2 firsts, a 2nd next year, and Mazi Smith. Yeah, I mean Mazi's pretty mid.
The 2nd next year is Dallas's own.
It's Dallas's own 2nd. Okay.
Yeah.
Mazi's pretty mid. I mean, I think the Cowboys drafted him for run help, and he's been pretty mid at doing that throughout his career so far. So, I mean, this is definitely obviously a downgrade for the Jets. I mean, I guess the question I'll pose to you, Kyle, is: would you rather have Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams, or Micah Parsons? And a 1st
Micah
rounder.
Parsons.
So you'd rather
1st rounder?
Yeah. So
Micah Parsons.
Yeah. Well, like, because I think there's 2 schools of thought. It's right. It's either you overpay for a generational player, right? Which, I mean, overpay, like people say, oh, you overpaid for Micah. Yeah,
you're paying the market.
But
playing the market.
You're playing the market, dude, and he's a game changer. He's a game wrecker.
And he was a face of the franchise too. He was selling jerseys. I don't think that was the right move.
He puts butts in seats.
He puts the butts in seats.
Yeah, I mean,
butts and seats guy.
And Dallas is screwed anyway in 3 to 4 years with a Dak contract. So like, so money wise, it makes sense now, right, to have Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams. But I mean, for right now, though, I mean, you're talking about down the road. I mean, the Jets just did Quinnen so dirty, right? I mean, he hated being a Jet. I don't know if you saw some of the reports that just like chronologically laid out, like they rejected his request to rework a contract this offseason. Like they just the leadership wasn't there. He was posting. I remember when they traded Rodgers or they let Rodgers go and they cut Devontae Adams. He was like, oh, I guess another rebuilding year for me. Like, oh man, and then just the 1-7 top was just, or the start to the year this year just.
Womp womp.
Yeah. Apparently Dallas was his preferred destination, which I wasn't aware of.
No state income tax.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, how much does this move the needle for you, for Dallas?
I honestly love the move by the Jets, to be fair.
Really?
Dallas, I don't think it really moves the needle. I think now they go up from giving like 40 points a game to like 30 points a game.
I mean, they've been pretty poop at getting after the quarterback as well. I mean, they did a little bit last night, but as we'll touch on a little bit later, it didn't really matter because
Definitely helps, but like I mean,
yeah,
not the end of the world.
nothing
You know, he's not a world
nothing
beater.
no one man's gonna change how bad that secondary is the point.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see what else we get up to today. The other big Jets trade, which
This was shocking.
This was
Did not expect this.
This was a big win for the Jets in my eyes. The Indianapolis Colts acquired cornerback Sauce Gardner from the Jets for 2 first-round picks and wide receiver Adonai Mitchell. Yeah, I mean that's a huge
They're
price
going
tag.
all in. That's going all in.
Yeah,
all in.
I mean, so it's funny to me that Chris Ballard, the Colts GM, started the year like essentially with a seat on fire. And now he's out here going all in, trying to get the best of the best. And I mean, to the average football observer, right? Sauce has been worse every single year in the NFL. Every successive year he's played, he's been worse. You could make the argument he just needs to change the scenery, he needs to get out of New Jersey for a little bit, which is fair. I mean, a lot of those players, especially Breece Hall. I don't know if you saw what Breece Hall was up to on Twitter
my
today.
eyes, I haven't really liked how Sauce Gardner's playing, but like allegedly, according to like I think Pro Football Focus and stuff, he's still like really good.
You take Pro Football
and again, like a lot of
the
thing with corners is like if you don't like the corner's a really hard position because like if the corner's doing his job, you're not really seeing him much.
That's
you're
a
only
good
really
thing.
Ever gonna,
yeah,
you're only really going to see the bad plays or the interceptions.
If you don't see a corner often, he's doing his job well. Like, that's what you need. And look, I think you take Pro Football Focus with a grain of salt because, like, analytically, yes, he's not that bad. But the one thing that Pro Football Focus doesn't really factor in is the eye test, which you and I have plenty of eye test experience. And I think we can both agree that he's just not a double first round pick guy. Like,
yeah, but we could be looking through the eyes through the Jets lens where Jets are just so bad everything looks bad.
So it's like just a Jet thing.
I don't know. I think it could work out. It was a very aggressive move, but I think worst case scenario, this is another Jamal Adams situation in Seattle.
Yeah, where it just kind of doesn't work out and it peters out. I'm rooting for the Colts, and this is a huge gamble for Indianapolis, right? Like you have basically zero expectations.
Put all their chips on the table.
Yeah, you had basically zero expectations coming into this year. I mean, you could have easily been. I think most people would have said you'd rather be 2-7 right now than 7-2, or they would have said you are 2-7 rather than 7-2. And yeah, you're putting all your chips on the table. Exactly. Look, I hope it works out. The Colts have been a really fun team to watch. I think I don't know if you can justify 2 first rounders. I think the Jets made out like bandits on this trade. So I'll give 2 thumbs up for the Jets.
I think Colts now have to make it to probably at least the AFC Championship game to justify this trade.
I was gonna say you have to obviously make the playoffs. I think you have to win at least one playoff game.
You have to either get the 1 seed or win at least one playoff.
Yeah.
You have to make it to the divisional.
Yeah.
At the bare minimum. If you don't make it to the divisional, this is arguably a fireable offense.
Yeah, which is just crazy because what were we saying last week?
You would never have said that about the Colts at the beginning of the year.
We went from like the highest of highs and now we're going to like the lowest of low. Like they have to be fired. Chris Ballard, I mean, look, I don't think Shane Steichen's going anywhere. I don't think you can. Chris Ballard, yeah, I think if this doesn't work out, it's still very much in the air for him.
Yeah.
We'll talk about a couple of other trades that weren't so surprising. The Raiders did indeed trade Jacoby Myers to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They got a 4th and 6th round pick for that. Not surprised there. I'm a little surprised he commanded 2 picks. I would have thought maybe it'd be like a 5th rounder or something. Jacoby's pretty good though, so I mean maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking at that wrong.
It doesn't make sense. 4th and 6th.
It's not a crazy amount.
He didn't cost that much money. And they need a receiver. So.
Yeah, they absolutely need a receiver with all the injuries. So I think this is a win-win for both teams. Rashid Shaheed. Now this one, the destination was a bit surprising. To the Seattle Seahawks, Rashid Shaheed for a 2026 4th and 6th as well. So same price as Jacoby Myers. I mean, does Seattle need a true deep threat? I mean, it makes sense, right?
Oh, I
Like,
don't know, man. Seattle looks really good,
I
and
kind
I
of like
think a
it.
deep threat kind of helps open up a little bit. Like it makes the more versatile for Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's having a hell of a year.
It just continues to
So
have a great year.
I think this helps them a lot, and they really don't have a true number two because they have Cooper Cup, who's injured and he's
Yeah,
old, and then like who else they have?
they
Like
have
I don't even know.
Horton, AJ
Bunch of
Barner.
Horan, a bunch of
Um,
randos, you know.
yeah, they got a couple of guys. I mean, it's surprising. I love the move though. I love it because I
Do
don't.
love the move, big
I think
move
it does two things,
supporter.
right? It gives you a true deep threat, potentially maybe a true number two for Smith and Jigba. But I think this also is you're gonna see this open up the running game a little bit more. I know they've been kind of doing a committee with Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. Charbonnet being more of like the bruiser, Kenneth Walker more of the every down back. But I think it's teams could in theory, right, just sit on JSN and then just put a bunch in the box. Just double Smith and Jigba every play and then just put a couple in the box. I think now with a true deep threat, this really does open up the running game a little bit more for Seattle. They're going to have to respect the deep ball even more. I mean, Darnold's been great in that offense, but I think this is going to really do wonders for the running game in Seattle. So I love the move. I think this is the perfect time to make a move like this if you're Seattle.
Yeah.
The last couple of trades here, I'll just touch on briefly. Cleveland traded defensive end Joe Tryon Shoyinka. It used to be just Joe Tryon when he came into the league, and I never bothered to learn the hyphen after. Shoyinka. Joe Tryon Shoyinka. To the Chicago Bears. Late round pick swap. Yeah, this makes sense.
Because Deo Anoy boy suffered a season-ending.
This one I do know. Deo
against the Bengals. Yeah, Deo do the bingo.
Can you please
bingo
pronounce?
Man? No, I don't even. I'm not gonna try. The bingo man.
Odeyingbo.
Achilles.
Odeyingbo.
Odeyingbo.
I love it. Tryon Shionka. Shit. I don't even know. JTS, we'll just call him JTS. Third team in 4 years. He's going to be a free agent after this season. And the last one, the Saints traded offensive lineman Trevor Penning to the Los Angeles Chargers for a 2027 sixth round. And I had written down just in case Joel's out for a while, he's going to be out for a while.
And Joel's out for the year.
Just a while. So this makes sense as well. Some notable players that weren't traded today. A lot of people thought the Jets were just going to be a complete fire sale today. And I was actually leaning towards that theory as well, because I heard so many rumors after 2:00 after the Quinnen Williams trade that Brees was next, Jermaine Johnson was next, Quincy Williams was next, and all three of them stayed put. I'm especially surprised at Brees because he seemed to, I don't know if you saw on Twitter today, he was very
he posted on Twitter that he's like
very adamant about wanting to be traded. He had, what was it, the frowny face, and then he had the gif of the guy cleaning the house, which I thought was pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, do you think the Jets should have just went balls to the wall and just traded everybody?
No. I think you're still trying to build a culture. I don't know. I think Brees is your best offensive player. I don't know. I think the price just wasn't right. I heard through KB's grapevine, they were looking for a third and they weren't getting that. And so I would have done it for a third.
They were looking for a third for
that's your max what you would get for a comp pick. So now you might as well just keep him and hope he gets a lot of money so then you get a comp pick.
They were looking for a third for Brees?
Yeah.
That's a lot, yeah. I don't think
that's heard through KB's grapevine.
I don't think I'd give that up personally. I just feel bad for Brees.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But...
Yeah. We did say Jeffrey Simmons remained put. Tony Pollard also
Tony Pollard.
Yeah, Tony Pollard.
No, apparently KB's grapevine, Tony Pollard, somebody on Reddit called that Tony Pollard was going to go to the Patriots, but allegedly through
Patriots
grapevine. Yeah, because they're saying Ramondre Stevenson's toe injury is a lot worse than they're letting on.
Oh,
also, news through KB's grapevine. And also through KB's grapevine, the reason why that deal fell through / didn't happen is because the owner of the Titans is so upset about is so jealous and upset about Mike Vrabel that she is allegedly denying any trades between the Titans and the Patriots moving forward.
That's some petty shit.
Again, this is all from KB's grapevine.
I like this. This should be a new segment. Just give us random news.
KB's grapevine.
I love it.
This is random alleged news.
Random alleged news. Asterisk.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the alleged.
Asterisk news.
Trey Hendrickson
I think
also
it's true, though.
stayed
I
put
trust
today.
the KB grapevine.
Alvin Kamara stayed put. I know we touched on Jalen Waddle and Bradley Chubb. Trades did not materialize, even though we know that Miami was taking some calls. I also heard that Joel Patonio and David Njoku of the Browns were apparently on the being shipped around, but nothing materialized.
There's the rumor, KB grapevine, that Myles Garrett was in talks with the
I didn't
Eagles.
hear
The
that.
Eagles offered apparently 3 first-round picks.
They
for
did?
Myles Garrett.
No, God.
That's what I heard through KB's
Bro,
grapevine.
get out of here.
KB's grapevine.
You get out of town.
Apparently, and those talks kind of slowed down, and then they went for Jalen Phillips instead.
Dude, what?
KB's grapevine.
3 first-rounders?
There you go. Look at Matt. He's on his phone.
Oh, I have to look this up. Are you kidding me?
You have to trust the KB grapevine sources.
When did you hear this? Yesterday? Today?
Through the grapevine.
When did the grapes sprout?
I'm not revealing the grapevines.
Whoa.
It's KB's grapevine.
When did the grapes sprout?
The grapes have been sprouting all along.
I don't know. I'll have to look that up later. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, a lot of trades today. Seven or eight trades today.
KB grapevine.
Yeah, supposedly I do. I guess I gotta start listening to that. 8 trades today, 7 trades today. A lot of trades today.
No, I think,
yeah, I think it was like third most since.
There was another late trade that we didn't even say.
Another
Chargers traded Jaheir Taylor, cornerback, to
Oh,
the Jets for a 2028 conditional 7.
See, the Jets are buyers. We told everybody.
The Jets are buyers. Who would have known?
Jaheir Taylor, for a 2028 7th. They just said, here, take him. A conditional a conditional 7th round pick in 3 years. They said, here, just take him. Take him.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, yeah, very active trade deadline. I guess obviously the most marquee player up there was definitely Quinnen Williams. But, yeah, I think there was a lot of smoke around Garrett. I think there was a lot of smoke around Max Crosby and some of the bigger names you were hearing. Trey Hendrickson, I guess, as well. Which I still doesn't seem right to me. And I guess it's like, like the Jeffrey Simmons argument, right? You're really getting rid of Trey. It's like, who the hell do you have playing for you anyway? So I guess it makes sense. But yeah, very active trade deadline. I think the biggest winners, I'm being a homer here, but I'm going to say my Eagles were very big winners today.
I like the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue the Jets did good things today. I think they got a lot of capital.
They're going to have 3 first-round picks in 2027.
They're going to have
first-round picks in 2026.
Yeah, 5 in the next 2 years. So I think that, in theory, that sets you up. Maybe you make some moves. We'll see. All right. Let's get into some football games. Kyle, I guess if you want to touch briefly on the Thursday night game.
Thursday night game. How the hell did the Falcons lose to the Dolphins the week prior and mess up the KBTs?
You had
how did this happen?
You had texted me at literally the exact time. I literally gone out to run an errand with Liz, and I was just on the walk to the car. I was like, how the hell did and then I looked at my phone, and I was like, Kyle texted me. It's almost unbelievable, isn't it? Like, it's almost unbelievable. And to your point, the Dolphins actually looked pretty good besides the whole, turnovers and just shooting yourself in the foot constantly.
Yeah. A lot. Tua turned the ball over. Back at it again in this game. He did not win the award this week. I know he's been dying for it.
Oh, I know who won.
In recent weeks, but he has not won the award.
Is it a Colts wide receiver?
I'm not saying who won the award.
He'd be the second one this year.
Anyway, here we go. Yeah, but actually, fun fact, going after this game, Lamar Jackson had more more touchdowns on the year than Josh Allen.
Did he had 4 touchdowns in this one, right?
Yes, he did.
I believe.
He looked good. Lamar's back. Ravens are back. Their defense healthier. I mean, Dolphins, if they just capitalize in the red zone, especially I remember I was watching this game because I had picked Ravens spread in my pick 'em pool, which I won this week. Great job, me. But I saw the Dolphins were right at the goal, in the red zone at the end of the half, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess they're gonna tie it. That kind of ruins my spread. And then I saw the 4th down pass that Tua made
Oh yeah.
where he just overthrew the guy. It was just and then
Yeah.
Tua's fucking like hype up speech was just the saddest thing I've ever seen. And you tell the Dolphins fans with the paper bags, it's just embarrassing.
Yeah.
And then obviously led to Chris Greer getting fired because KB Grapevine news,
Correct.
he wasn't going to trade players.
Yeah.
Management wanted him to trade players. According to KB's Grapevine, Mike McDaniels will be the coach through the end of the year. We'll see if that stays.
Yeah, we'll see.
Low-key, Tua stinks. It sucks that he tied his career to Tua. It seems like he's also a little too lax, especially in Miami. You got to be tough on those guys because there's a lot of distractions in Miami. Very fun place to be.
True.
But no, we'll see. I mean, Dolphins not that good. Ravens cakewalk of a schedule. I mean, they think they only really play 2 tough teams, right? I mean, they play the Steelers, who who knows if the Steelers are really good?
I don't know anymore.
I personally
about
don't think
Pittsburgh.
so.
I don't know.
And then you have the Packers, and I think they have like one other tough game. I'm blanking on who it is.
The Eagles.
No, they don't play the Eagles.
Oh, you saying Baltimore?
Well, I'm talking about Baltimore. Baltimore
plays.
Baltimore has arguably 2 tough games left, which is
their schedule's very easy
and against the Patriots. The rest of their games is Vikings, Browns, Bengals twice, Jets, Steelers twice. Not that bad.
Yeah, so that's not terrible. Yeah, I mean,
they could easily go on a run. There's a reason they're still the betting favorite. I think they
are the betting favorite still.
Barely plus money for them to win the division.
Look, the offense, yeah, you got me there. They're an elite offense. The play calling was excellent. I mean, they had a big old pocket. I don't know if that's more on Miami than it is anything else, but I mean, they're the best when Lamar just dances around and they run a ton of streaks, and you have to guard the deep ball and Lamar and Derrick Henry all at the same time, and it's impossible. Now, the defense, still a bit of a question mark. I think this was definitely more on Miami. This game definitely should have been closer than it was. I mean, Miami outgained them by 116 yards in the first half, and they were still, and the Dolphins were still losing 14-6 at halftime. So it was just mistakes on mistakes from Miami, more in my opinion. Oh, we didn't even talk about the freaking tripping call. That wasn't a tripping call. Holy smokes. Yeah. Did that not change the game? I mean, this would have been 1st and goal Miami. I think it was 7-3 at this point, right? Or maybe it was 14-3.
Yeah, it was pretty early on.
It was early in the second quarter. I mean, they called Ollie Gordon, the running back, for a tripping call, and it literally, all right, so there's 2 things here. A, it wasn't a tripping call because he didn't trip anybody. But B, even if you said, all right, well, that satisfies the definition of tripping, it does not satisfy the definition of tripping because he fell forward with his shoulder hitting the ground first, as opposed to feet first. By rule, to be tripping, you have to swing your legs out of the other player. So by rule, by definition, this wasn't even a tripping call.
The refs are kind of bad.
I don't know. They huddled after the call. They threw the flag and huddled for a minute, and they still made the wrong call. How?
Yeah, not fam.
Oh, all right, let's go to Sunday. Let's start. You got a game, Kyle? You want to start with a game?
I'll start with the one game KBTs, a game that Matt was not confident the Bears were going to win, which makes sense because it was kind of
bro. I was so right the entire time.
The Bengals tried to make a comeback. The Bears were almost blew this game.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Give me my boy Joe any day of the week. I don't care.
Anybody day of the week. Anyway, so very, very exciting game. Bears win this game 47-42. Game of the year potential. Biggest question of this game: where was Rome Odunze? Because Bears scored 47. Man had no catches. 0 yards.
Yeah. How does
on 3 targets?
Caleb arguably has his best game of the year. 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. He had 280 yards. Yeah, Dunze had a fat donut, which is crazy. This was the Colston Loveland coming out game. Not only did he have the 59-yard game-winning touchdown with literal seconds left. I thought it was longer than that. I thought it was like 70 yards at first. I was convinced they were way further back, but I mean, they blitzed and they left the world's worst secondary with 1 less player. So there's that. They sent the house and it just didn't work. And what's up? Oh look, it's Tilly.
Oh, it's Tilly the cat.
Hi, Taylor. How you doing? What's your thought on the Cincinnati Bengals losing?
He's a disappointed cat.
She's quiet on
Yeah, she got that.
it.
I thought she had something to say.
Yeah, no. Colston Loveland had 6 catches, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns. Definitely the coming
Kyle
out game.
Monungai, no
Oh my
touchdowns, but
God,
26
dude.
carries for 176 yards.
You don't know how mad I am
22
DeAndre
through
Swift.
the air on 3 catches.
You don't know how mad I am DeAndre Swift didn't play in this game because he was gonna go off. And now it's even up in the air if Swift's even gonna be the lead guy. I think they're just gonna split carries going forward. Probably would be my guess.
Probably, yeah. Probably gonna be similar to a Monty Gibbs situation, as I think I said last week.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know you're playing the Bengals and they have a bad defense, but I mean, 176 yards in the NFL. Yeah, 176 yards. I mean, come on, you gotta get at
Very
least
impressive.
10. Gotta get at least 10 carries in the game, right? Like, holy
Mhm.
smokes. Cincinnati had to recover an onside kick in this one towards the end, which I don't think have we seen that this year? Is it one?
No, there has. I believe Cincinnati also
One or two,
had
maybe?
already also recovered an onside kick this year, but there's been a few.
Yeah, there's only been a couple.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, for the better part of this game, I was like, I'm gonna be right. Good pick, Bengals. I got it. And I mean, they had scored. They took the lead with 50 seconds left. They took a 1
I
point
mean, it
lead.
really was back and forth, to be honest. I mean, basically, it was
Yeah.
back and forth. It was within one possession. And then in the fourth quarter, the Bears were up 41-27 with about, I believe there was maybe 3 or 4 minutes left to go. And then I thought the game was over when Joe Flacco threw an interception that I thought was returned for a touchdown.
Yeah,
I missed that a Bengals player must have touched
him. Yeah, he did.
I forgot who ended up.
We were
picking
looking at that
off,
too.
But yeah, Kevin Byard. I thought he was gonna have, or no, Tremaine Edmonds. I thought he had.
Yeah,
it, but he
Tremaine
didn't.
Edmonds.
Fab.
So after this game and after Cincinnati had lost, I was convinced that they were just gonna go full on sell mode on Tuesday. And they really didn't. They didn't make any moves. They were relatively quiet. I didn't really hear too much chatter about Trey Hendrickson getting
Yeah,
traded.
because Mike Brown's cheap, bro. He doesn't want to pay people.
Yeah, right. Like, so I mean, in Chicago, I mean, this is a big win for Chicago. I mean, you lose to the Bengals after you. I mean, this would have been what?
I mean, this is I think this is a testament to Bet Johnson. You bet the Bears normally would lose this type of game. And won.
That's literally why I picked Cincinnati too. I looked at this and I'm like, this is a quintessential Bears loss, and this is in the past absolutely has been.
Yep.
I think they benefited from Cincinnati just kind of setting the house on the game on the last call on the Colston Loveland touchdown, but. It's a gutsy win, man. I mean, they never gave up. And you know what this reminded me of? It reminded me a lot of the Commanders and Cowboys game from last year, where they had that like crazy fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So yeah, big win for the Bears. Another heartbreaking loss. Can't believe. I mean, how many times the Bengals put up like 30 plus points and lose this year? It's either them.
Actually, I think there's a stat like this is the most points they've scored. Like Joe Burrow hasn't even scored this many points and they lost. I think this is the first team ever to go back-to-back weeks losing despite scoring 38 points or more.
Oh my god.
In NFL history. Big rip for the Bengals.
That's crazy. Yeah. And they put up 33 2 weeks ago and it almost wasn't enough. So against Pittsburgh. Crazy.
Not good.
I'll take us to another close game in New England. The Patriots come away with a 24-23 lead. I mean, this one was going to be a blowout, which I was all on board for, because after they lost to Dolphins, I was so anti Atlanta. I have been anti-Atlanta, and I'm going to continue to be anti-Atlanta. I'm sorry, Falcons fans, but your team pisses me off because you have so many good players. You have all the makings of a great football team, and you just squander it all the time. So I'm sorry. It was a 24-7 New England lead for a majority of the second half. And then you just had this epic collapse by New England because Atlanta started playing football. They had no answer for Drake London, who had 3 touchdowns in this game. He was absolutely unstoppable. As a side point, too, I mean, coming up in Week 10, which we'll get into in a little bit, you've got New England going on the road against Tampa Bay. This is extremely concerning how they guarded Drake London, because the Bucs have like 3 guys that can kill you, like 3 or 4 different guys, and it's Baker throwing the ball, not Michael Penix. So it's really concerning when it's just one guy that you're throwing to, and it's a guy that's not even that good at throwing the football. And he's just, I mean, consistently wide open. I don't know if that says more about Drake London than it does the Patriots secondary. I'd like to think it says a little bit more about the New England secondary and how they just did not have an answer. But I mean, hats off to Drake London. I mean, phenomenal game. How messed up is it though what the Patriots are doing to Travion Henderson? I can't believe it. This was his game, man.
They don't like him.
I mean, Miss Vrabel must have been plowed 6 ways from Sunday. There's no other explanation. They called up this guy Terrell Jennings. He's playing in just his 7th game in 2 years. He was signed from the practice squad 4 days before Sunday's game, and he split carries with Travion, bro. And he got the touchdown.
Yeah, well, they would have signed Tony Pollard if the owner liked Mike Vrabel.
I do, and then they're actively looking for another running back because their 3rd running back who's getting carries is not getting enough carries, or we might be out for a while.
They don't like him.
Wild to me.
Fun fact, what's it called? The Patriots have not allowed a rusher of over 50 yards this entire season. They are the only team in the NFL.
Have not allowed a guy to run for 50 yards.
Yeah, have not allowed any guy to run for 50 or more yards.
Yeah, Bijan only had 12 carries in this game, which, I mean, it does make sense because Atlanta was down a lot.
They were down, yeah.
Yeah, and he did have 8 catches, so it's not like they weren't really getting him involved all too much. But fun fact about this one is I said there was a bit of a comeback. It was 24-14. Atlanta kicked a field goal, and then they had scored a touchdown with roughly 4 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. They are once again plagued by special teams issue. Their kicker, John Parker Romo, misses the PAT. And New England ends up holding on to the ball, and they end up winning the football game. And it's another Atlanta loss. And now they're 3-5 now, Atlanta. I think a lot of people had really high expectations for this Atlanta team after the Buffalo win.
Mm-hmm.
And that just seems very distant, Kyle. Seems very distant.
Yeah. Well, I have her Drake. I had 2 Drake May Glaze.
You got some Glaze?
I got Ben Murphy's Drake May Glaze coming up. First one, I didn't think Ben was going to text me in time, but he just did. Was that Drake May was up for consideration for the KB, the Tua turnover of the week, but because he had so much Glaze, I negated him from the running when he had his fumble that was recovered.
That's stupid, but that was a bad turnover.
He's negated. It was a bad turnover, but it doesn't count towards the Tua turn the ball over because of the Glaze. Here's the actual Glaze fact, though. Drake May has 8 straight games with 200+ passing yards and 100+ passer rating. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning are the only QBs since at least 1970 to do this.
Wow. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's I don't even know if that's just Glaze. I think that's just impressive, to be honest.
Pretty impressive,
Pretty impressive, man.
Pretty big, good Glaze for Mr. Drake May.
Good Glaze. I'll tell you what's not impressive is the Green Bay Football Packers. They lose, which is, first of all, just they lost to the Carolina Panthers as a 13.5-point home favorite, by the way, which is just, I mean, this is already way too high in my opinion, only because I feel like Green Bay has a tendency to play down to their competition. I mean, you saw what they did against Cleveland and Dallas this year. But I didn't think they'd straight up lose the football game. Like that's
This is the first time I think a team has lost when they didn't punt the ball since like the World War II.
It's crazy to me. It's just that's
pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. You had McManus missing a field goal. If you're wondering who's in the thumbnail, it is Brendan McManus punched over, doing like, what am I doing? Jordan Love looked absolutely terrible. I mean, all right, I'll ask you because it might be him. Did he win the award this week? The Tua to turn the ball over award?
No, he didn't win the award.
Oh, I can't hear you. They can hear you.
He did not win the award for the Tua turn the ball over turnover of the week.
That was pretty bad though, right? Like, you know what I'm referring to? It was just a duck, bro. It was an absolute duck. Into triple coverage, first of all. He just makes really bad decisions sometimes. He really does. And then he should have had another one, but the DB just dropped the easiest pick in the world. Yeah, I mean, just throughout the whole game, I mean, uninspired. Again, Matt LaFleur's words, choppy. Yeah, they're very, very choppy. Um, I don't know. They were 1 for 6 in the red zone in this game, and I mean, I don't think Carolina did anything like too impressive. Um, Bryce Young really didn't look that good. It was more so just the Rico Dowdle show, who has absolutely taken over the Carolina backfield. He outcarried Chuba Hubbard 25-5. He had 130 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns in this game. Yeah, he needs to be the only running back getting carries going forward because he's just absolutely killing it. Yeah, this is like his.
But what about his pumps? Have you
his thumbs?
You know, you're allowed. You're no longer allowed 3 pumps.
Pumps.
So Rico Dowdle, when he scored, I believe the touchdown that gave them, the touchdown that gave them the lead. Well, actually, they think they already were leading, but whatever. The touchdown made it 13-6. He did the classic Key and Peele sketch where he do the pumps, and obviously in that sketch, as we all know, the third pump is what draws the flag. He only did 2 pumps.
He only did 2,
and he still got the flag.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was worried that might have like made them lose the game because they ended up missing the extra point, which was short, which you really don't see.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
even with
short
the
on a
penalty,
PAT,
short on the extra PAT. But then they were at one point it was 13-13. If they had that extra point, they could have just won, and they ended up getting the field goal to win the game. But
yeah,
again,
well,
now
that
you know,
also, I mean,
no,
the
the NFL's cracking down
you
for the
had
kids.
the
No
terrible
pumps.
throw by Love, and then you had the decision that Green Bay went for it on 4th and 8 at the Carolina 13, down 4 points in the fourth quarter. Which, I mean, I kind of understand, right? You're down 4, but I mean, you had a ton of time left in the game, so I don't know. I think there's a couple of questionable decisions by Green Bay. But I mean, yeah, look, the 2 pumps thing is huge for me because, I mean, as we all know, it's the third pump, as you said, that draws the penalty. This is just another example of NFL officiating gone too far. I will not stand for it, and I will be proudly pumping for Rico. Well, you know, he's on my fantasy team, so I'm pumping every freaking week for this guy. But yeah, I might draft a strongly worded letter to the NFL. I might.
Yeah.
What'd you think of those helmets they were wearing? Those freaking
gross. My dad has a theory that the reason why the Packers were really bad, because of
what they're wearing.
They were wearing the weird uniforms because they're not used to throwing to people with the weird uniforms. And I don't know. It's a theory.
Look, your dad's a graphic designer, so like color theory, he knows all about. I mean,
the theory. You're not used to throwing it that way. He did have a couple turnovers.
I'm of the impression that if you look good, then you play good. Like just like Deion said, you look good, you feel good, you feel good, you play good. How could you look good and feel good in that? Like, I mean, it's a valid question, right? Like, I don't think they're doing themselves any favors by looking like that. I don't know. Head scratching stuff from Green Bay. I mean, we all thought they were a clear-cut Super Bowl favorite, and you can't be when you're losing at home to the Panthers like that. By the way, huge win for the Panthers. The 5-4 Carolina Panthers. Am I reading that right? 5-4, dude.
Dude, Meow Mix, the podcast. Did you hear about that? The Carolina Panthers podcast that like quit on the team because they were like, we hate doing this because the Panthers suck. So after I think week 4, that when they were like I think 3-1 or 1-3, they were like it's a small podcast and they did like they cover Panthers games.
Yeah.
And they were like, we can't do this anymore. Like we want to spend time with our kids. Like it's miserable doing this. And then like it became a story. And since they retired,
they've been good.
I think Panthers are 3-1 since they've retired.
No, they'd be 4-1.
Or 4-1. Yeah, they're 4-1 since they retired. And they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do a podcast this week," and everyone was like, "Stop!
No, don't!
You can't go back."
You know what that's called?
They did. They took one for the team. They stopped.
You know what that's called,
they're not
Kyle?
coming back.
That's called what? That's called fair weather.
If the Eagles stunk,
if the Eagles stunk, we wouldn't stop. I don't think.
No, we wouldn't stop. No.
I'd like to think not. Speaking of stopping, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Kyle, were finally able to stop the Indianapolis Colts offense. Tell me about that one.
So, right in the parking lot prior to this game, the Steelers fans had a funeral for the Steelers defense. in the parking lot. Had a full-on casket, a viewing, very crazy.
I didn't hear about this.
Because as we've been saying, the Steelers, it's hard to get that mindset out of your head that their defense is bad.
Holy
But
shit.
no, their defense actually isn't bad. They forced 6 turnovers in this game,
This was
and they win
like
27-20.
this, and
I
this
was
wasn't
getting
even
nervous
that
that the
close.
over wasn't going to hit because Colts were getting destroyed. Granted, we got the little backdoor cover. Again, didn't matter. Thank you, Detroit. But anyway, no, the Steelers like actually started going after it. Daniel Jones had his probably worst game as being a Colt with 3 interceptions. Granted, the last one was more like them trying to come back, so it's not that's defensible, but it's a little more understandable at that point.
I
mean, the main thing is they were able to limit Jonathan Taylor, only 14 carries for 45 yards. That's kind of how the offense hums. And limiting that run game really kind of forced Daniel Jones to be a pocket passer, which he has shown in MetLife that he's not that good at that.
No. Yeah.
So he just kind of looked more human in this. I mean, I still think the Colts are really good. It's tough, as I said last week, which I thought would happen last week when I picked the Steelers. Like, Tomlin coming off of a loss, home underdog. Usually they do well in that spot. They lost last week, but then this week they were able to win.
Yeah. I mean,
I did pick. Did you pick the Steelers in this game? I know I did.
I should have, because I remember we were talking about it. I said I was going to pick the Steelers.
Yeah, I was telling you.
I ended up
the Steelers.
I ended up going with Indy just because I thought it'd be fun to root for them, and no other reason. I really should have just stuck with Pittsburgh. I mean, it was the right call. I just had a feeling, I really didn't have a certain reason to go one way or the other. It was just, I don't know, I had a feeling. Yeah, I mean, they played a ton of man. They played a ton of man defense, which, I mean, all year the Colts have been zone beater, right? Get the ball out quick, get Taylor open in space, don't let Jones sit in the pocket, as you said. And it's been working for them tremendously. But when you find a way to stop Jonathan Taylor, they were very stout up front. They were winning a lot of their run blocking matchups. They made the game in Daniel Jones's hands. And I think if other teams can use that as a blueprint going forward, I think you might see the Colts run into some issues a little bit. They're going to have to get a little bit more creative. Yeah, and you said Jones had 3 interceptions, also 2 lost fumbles, so he had 5 of the 6 turnovers in this game. You got to talk about the other one though, right? Is this the 2 turn the ball over?
No, this is not the 2 turn the ball over.
How is this?
I told you I was dealing with some personal matters this weekend, so I didn't really get to watch as much as I wanted. So I really didn't compare a lot of potential to turn the ball over in candidates. But I do have one, and we'll get to it. And it's worthy of the award. Did you see
this play that I'm talking about?
No, that's why it
probably. Oh my god, this would have won, dude. It was Josh Downs on a punt. He runs up to like catch it and then decides like last second like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. So he doesn't catch it. The ball hits the ground and then it goes off his stomach and then Pitt falls on it. It was hilarious.
No.
Oh, I don't know what could beat that. You gotta let me know.
But, okay, you'll see.
Yeah, I mean the question coming into this one was, right, can the Steelers score with the Colts? And that absolutely wasn't even the answer to the game. Yeah, they just got after the quarterback. I mean, Alex Highsmith, Jack Sawyer, TJ Watt, obviously they were lit. Dude, TJ Watt had a great
had a great game.
He took the ball right out of he had a strip sack and recovered it. It was a phenomenal play. Yeah, I mean, Indy was up early in this one, but Pitt took the lead 14-7, and they just didn't really look back after that. So, yeah, they had 6 turnovers. They had 5 all year, Kyle, and then they had 6 in one game. Crazy. Yeah, it's the most turnovers forced by Pittsburgh in a single game since 2010. And yeah, I mean, this was a huge win to keep pace with, like you said, a Baltimore team that's trying to find their way.
Keep pace, keep ahead.
Yeah, keep
you don't
ahead,
want to blow this lead. They were already so ahead of Baltimore. So
yeah. All right, let's move on. We'll talk about I guess you want to go to Houston real quick.
Yeah, go to Houston. This was a game. CJ
it was
Stroud
close. It was boring.
Pretty ugly. It was a close game, but it was an ugly game. Broncos are just really clutch in the fourth quarter, to be honest. Like, I know they were down
They are
in here, and they ended up just coming back with 11 points, winning this game. Yeah, I mean, Bo Nix is just like weird because he's like good in like clutch moments, and then he's like bad for most of the game. He's a little Tebow. He's like a slight. He's not slightly better, but he's like a better Tebow, more or less, almost.
A better
like
Tebow.
I know he had that really big scramble to set up the game-winning field goal, but like the prior they were close to getting in field goal range, and then he just like threw a duck. It's just like, what are you doing, Bo Nix?
You know, Tebow. That's an
field goals in this.
That's a very interesting comparison, and I kind of agree with it. It's like
he's like a Tebow that can like actually throw
like a better deep ball, deep ball. Yeah, Tebow with a better deep. No, because Tebow didn't. No, really
but Broncos are exciting though. Tied for the best record in the NFL right now.
Yeah, man. Are they
Texans? I mean, this kind of went the way I expected. 17. I know with the KBTs, I had the Broncos plus 8.5. I originally had, because I've been discussing with Matt Pryorhand, I originally had Texans plus 8.5, but then the line shifted. So I was basically going to do whoever got me the better value because I figured this was going to be a close, tight game.
I can't really. I was trying to piece it together.
I figured it was going to be a close game, a tight game. Is that a little better?
It's that bad AirPod. Keep the bad AirPod out.
Yeah, I have the good AirPod in.
Yeah, just the one.
Anyway,
that's better.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, it was a close, tight game, low scoring, defensive battle. That's kind of what I expected.
Yeah, you can't win by kicking 5 field goals, Houston. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
They had first and goal on the 1 yard line and didn't score. That's bad.
Yeah, not good. That's not bad.
Good. No, that's not good. Yeah. So Denver gets another win. Houston gets another loss. Speaking of losses, the losses are starting to pile up for the New York Football Giants. They lose again, 34 to 24. They had an opening drive touchdown, and then they completely shat the bed. I don't know. I mean, their offense just looks completely different without Cam Scatterbo. It's completely different.
Yeah, they have absolutely no run game without.
It's crazy. It's like you're trying to do the same thing over and over and over again, and it just does not work. Yeah, they just operate much worse without Cam.
It stinks because Jackson Dart, you could tell he's like upset.
He's good. And he's good too.
Yeah, he's good.
He played well. I mean, he had a little bit of he had some inconsistencies in this game, but I mean, again, you're trying to put everything on the rookie with no wide receivers, no run game, and a bad offensive line. So like you're literally asking a rookie, a kid, to pilot your team to success against the best of the best. Like he's gonna get hurt out there eventually. He's gonna make some dumb plays. He's gonna do some stupid things. That's not on him. The team around him needs to be better. And unfortunately, without Neighbors and Scatterbo now, it's like, where do you turn to? So, I'll tell you one thing about the 49ers.
Actually, this game does have the Tua turn the ball over turnover of the week.
Oh, who was it?
Mac Jones in the end of the second half. So I'll recall I was at Wawa with my father, and I was watching Red Zone, and he was asking how the Giants are doing, and I was like, they are getting smoked. And he's like, what's the score? 17-7. And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, they have a chance. And as soon as he says that, Mac Jones, who's, getting ready to throw the ball, trying to get some kind of points before the half, he gets hit by Brian Burns, and he's getting chased by Brian Burns. He's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And he tries to throw a pass, and it just flings straight up in the air.
You're cutting out again,
like a boomerang to the sky. It goes straight up into the air, like a sky
They can
boomerang.
hear you. I don't know, for whatever reason.
Lands into the hands of Abdul Carter and is returned for a little bit. And I was like, wow, I guess the Giants are going to get away with at least a field goal here. And then they missed the field goal. So part of the Tua turn the ball over is the fact that it was really funny, and then they missed the field goal, which made it even funnier.
You want my live reaction? You want my live reaction? I'm going to watch it right now. Let's see.
Have you not seen the play? You didn't see the play?
No, I haven't. He's in shotgun. He's dropping back.
It just flies in the air.
That's pretty good. I did see the missed field goal. I was
with the missed field goal being part of it, the fact that they were able to get that after I thought
that's pretty good.
Congratulations, Mac Jones, for the Tua turnover of the week.
That's pretty good. I like that. All right. Yeah, I mean, one point really quick on the 49ers is, I mean, they've been running the ball so much better these last few games. They snapped a 3-game losing streak now. And I feel like they were just very one-dimensional. They were just trying to, they had to get C-Mac involved, obviously, but it was always by the check down, always via the check down, and, they didn't really have any consistency. But now that, now you can run the ball. I mean, I think you got to give Shanahan a little bit of Coach of the Year consideration. I know I said it was Shane Steichen last week, and it's not even close. I really do think it is Shane Steichen, but I think Shanahan's got to be second, right? I mean, to do it all with basically nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a fair argument.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 49ers improved to 6-3 with this win. Giants dropped to 2-7. Ugh. They had their Super Bowl, Kyle. They had their Super Bowl.
Good for them.
All right, let's touch on some of the blowouts here, just very brief. Oh no, I guess we got one more.
There's 2 more 1:00 games we didn't touch. I'll just you kind of whip through them because I don't really want to talk about them.
Tennessee game. The
Tennessee
game.
Chargers. Tennessee was in there for a little bit, but then the
Chargers
was a better team.
Who pinged the Titans for a punt return and a pick 6 in this one? Anybody play the Titans defense in fantasy? No.
Fun fact: the Titans, I think I think the next team, like they're 4th and I think they've been in 18 straight games, where the other team has scored more touchdowns than them. The only
Kyle,
teams ahead of them.
I'm gonna hang up on FaceTime real quick and call you back, but keep going.
Oh yeah. He can't handle me, folks. Hello.
Okay, that's much better. I don't know what was going on.
That was weird. Anyway, I'm looking up the stat real quick.
You got your Titans fact in?
I'm getting my Titans stat.
Yeah, I mean, this was a pretty vanilla. I mean, I know it was only 27-20 that the Chargers ended up winning, but I mean, the Titans offense only got 6 points. They didn't score a touchdown in this game, so it was 14.
They flashed this graphic during the game. Most consecutive games with fewer touchdowns than the opponent. Right now, the active streak is the Titans with 15 games. The next 3, the highest is the Chicago Cardinals in the 40s with 19 straight games.
Oh my gosh.
The 70s Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That was like one of the worst
18
teams
straight
ever.
Games. And then the Dayton Triangles with 17
Oh
games.
my goodness.
They're about to potentially pass the Dayton Triangles.
I think they've got 2 opportunities coming up. They've got the Texans next week, and then they have a bye this week, and then week 11 they have the Texans, and then in week 14 they have the Browns. So those are 2 opportunities. And then they got Seattle and Jacksonville in between the 2, and I don't think they're gonna do it against.
I mean, they could do something. The Dayton Browns, the Dayton Triangles.
Dayton Triangles, Kyle. The Dayton Triangles.
Dayton Triangles, historic franchises, we all know.
Correct. All right, and the other one, Kyle, we're cursed.
This one sucked. This one was brutal.
Vikings 27-24. I just don't know how how were we wrong about this? I don't I watched the game.
The Lions are low-key kind of weird this year, where they come out flat and they their offense just was flat in this game.
They held the Buccaneers to 9 points. How do you give up 27 to the freaking? I don't understand.
Well, you had a blocked field goal that was returned. Didn't they have another? They had another defensive play.
They had so many bad plays in this game. It was just so bad.
Yeah, they didn't play well. I mean, Dan Campbell was very upset, but it's upsetting. I thought they had a chance to come back here, but yeah, coming off a bye at home against a quarterback that had a weird soft benching situation.
Yeah,
you don't expect to see.
I mean, they just looked so unprepared in this game. I guess they were too worried about giving out their Amon-Ra headstand bobbleheads before the game because that's all they were promoting before the game had started. Yeah, they should be embarrassed. I mean, they didn't look prepared at all. McCarthy was just running all over the place. He had a very, very good game, for what it's worth.
He had the exact same stat line that he had against the Chicago Bears.
McCarthy?
Yeah.
14 for 25, 143, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. I guess it's not that impressive. I mean, Aaron Jones
and 1 rushing touchdown.
One rushing touchdown. Yeah, Aaron Jones had 9 carries for 78 yards before he got hurt. So he was actually the better and more efficient back for most of the game before he got injured and had to come out than Jordan Mason, which I didn't think was going to be the case. But the big eye opener for this one was Jahmyr Gibbs, 9 carries, just 25 yards. And then
he was too busy partying with his lady in Pandora. I don't know if you saw their Halloween costumes.
Yeah, right. Like, oh my goodness. You had some uncharacteristic
being
drops.
too busy being blue avatar people with their tails.
Yeah, you had some uncharacteristic drops from Amon-Ra. The Lions at one point had 3 straight 3-and-outs. The last time the Lions had 3 straight 3-and-outs in a football game was since 2023. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. There was a really bad roughing the passer call against Jack Campbell in this game too. I mean, it's like one of those where it's not, and by rule it is, and the rule is stupid and dumb and stupid, and I hate it. Yeah, I don't have. I mean, hats off to Minnesota, right? Like they absolutely needed this win. This was literally probably do or die for Minnesota because there's a huge difference between 3-5 and 4-4 in my opinion. 4-4, you're still right there.
Yeah.
And hey, Detroit lost and Green Bay lost. It was a good bye week for you and I as Eagles fans. Great bye week.
And Washington lost, and the Giants lost, and the Cowboys lost, and the Eagles made good trades.
Yeah, I mean, hey, hell of a bye week for the Birds. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I'm just still scratching my head though because Detroit should have won, and we should have had our first KBTs win, and I don't know.
3 weeks now where team.
Yeah,
I mean, this one was probably the weakest of the saying should have won,
but it was still bad.
I mean, Arizona was the strongest case.
No, Arizona was the worst, followed not so closely by Green Bay, followed a little less not closely. Oh no! Actually, you know what? No, so Arizona was so this is the 4th week, really.
There's 4 weeks where we got the logic was sound. That's what I'm saying. We're bouncing. We're gonna bounce back.
Like the logic was sound, but like historically bad things happen. Like I wouldn't call this historically bad. I would just say this is a case of what the hell are you doing, Detroit? You should have been more prepared. But like Arizona was historically bad. I think you could argue Atlanta was historically bad, and Green Bay was just unprecedentedly bad, and this was just plain bad. So like,
yeah.
We're getting kind of hosed here, guys. I don't know. All right.
Let's go to the 4:00 window. Yeah, first 4:00 game. Rams 34, Saints 10. Saints suck. Rams good. Next game.
Yeah, I don't even know if I have anything else to say about this one, other than Byron Young got called for a really bad roughing the passer call. Again, it's not football. Change the fucking rule. The NFL, listen to me. Do it, please. I can't stand it. Anyway, yeah, we can talk about oh dude, let's talk about this Raiders game because I did not expect that to be a good football game, but it was. The Jacksonville Jaguars win 30-29 in overtime. Hell of a game. This is the first regular season overtime game in NFL history where both teams scored a touchdown. Did you know that? The rules.
That's crazy. It's almost like the rules didn't allow that.
You're absolutely right. That's why I said it's like emphasis on
almost
the
like
regular.
That was actually impossible until this year.
Yeah, I mean, look, hats off to the Raiders. They played a really, really good game. Brock Bowers was, I mean, holy smokes, 12 catches, 127 yards, 3 touchdowns in his return. Man was dying to get back on the football field. I think Geno arguably had his best game. He was 29-39, 284, 4 touchdowns. Of course, he threw an interception. He's Geno Smith. I think that, again, I mean, the thing for the Raiders is right. They just can't seem to get Ashton Genty going. And if you're asking me, Matt, is that Ashton Genty's fault or is that the Raiders' fault? It's the Raiders' fault. They have a bad offensive line. They can't really run the ball. They don't win their run block matchups. And I really don't think they used Ashton Genty as they should be. He's more of a I don't know. I feel like they should be running him outside more. I feel like they just push him up the middle and be like, go do something. You can't really run up the middle if your blocks are bad. I think they should try and get him into space more. I honestly think they should try and use him like the 49ers use McCaffrey. Just try and get him in space any way you can. As for the Jags, I mean, they had literally nobody. They were thrown to nobody. T-Law struggled mightily. Parker Washington was the Jags' leading receiver with 8 catches and 90 yards. Again, Brian Thomas had to leave early. De'Ami Brown had to leave early because of the concussion. But I don't know. I mean, T-Law, like, this game felt like it shouldn't have been as close as it actually was. I mean, he got picked off in the red zone.
T-Law was dealing with illness.
Oh, he was
allegedly,
injured.
from KB
Or he
Grapevine.
was ill.
Illness.
Illness, not injured.
He was ill.
His respiratory system was injured, I guess.
Had 2 rushing touchdowns though.
He did have 2 rushing touchdowns. This game was 9-6 to start the fourth quarter. 9-6. We had a lot of scoring in the fourth quarter. I guess we should back
overtime.
We should back up though, because something historic happened in this football game.
Was it Brock Bowers?
Cam Little.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Cam Little, who's on the thumbnail, Kyle. Come on, man.
Dude, shout out to Cam Little, erasing women disrespecter, because we respect women here on the podcast, from the NFL history books.
Yeah.
Making him officially irrelevant.
So Cam Little.
Shout out Cam. Respect women Little.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at this one in the box score is crazy. I mean, before the half was over, he kicked a 68-yard field goal at the buzzer. I guess it wasn't technically at the buzzer, but 68 yards. I mean, this would have been good from probably 75.
I mean, we did say that we were basically saying that
we called
the
this
kicking record was going to get broken this year, and we were correct.
We
also called the tie.
We called a tie?
Yeah, we said there was going to be a tie this year, and there has been. It was almost a second tie.
That's kind of a crapshoot, but yeah, I mean, hey, I'm a big fan of ties. I'm also a big fan of scoregami. This was not. I don't think this was scoregami. I would
30-29. I feel like is definitely.
I would doubt if this was scoregami. I know the surprisingly the Bears and Bengals game was not scoregami. I thought it was going to be scoregami. This was not scoregami. No, it wasn't even close. This was historic though for Cam Little. I mean, Cam Little, he had a 70-yarder in the preseason this year.
In the preseason.
And he's had kind of a rough year this year. He hasn't really been all too good. I don't have his numbers in front of me, but I know he's missed a few.
He was definitely on a cold streak going into this game.
Yeah, he was.
So that's huge that he was able to get this field goal record.
I mean, hey, they trotted him out there. They knew what they were doing. And hats off to Cam Little. Historic kick. I don't think it's going to stand for long. I don't. I give it...
No, I don't think so either.
I give it maybe 5 years. I think someone's going to get 70.
Maybe even the season could get beat. Maybe he could beat it.
It almost got tied on last night. Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah.
They tried to Brandon Aubrey out there from 68, and it had plenty of distance. He just missed it. But yeah, this was...
Brock Bowers is back, though. 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. That's...
Hell of a performance.
Hell of a performance for Bowers. I mean, yeah, this was a huge win for the Jaguars to keep pace. They're still only... I guess they're a game and a half because the Colts haven't had their bye yet, but... game and a half game behind the Colts in the AFC South. Big win. I mean, again, another tough loss for the Raiders, who now fall to 2-6. It's starting to slip away for the Raiders, unfortunately. I'll tell you who it's slipping away for right now. It's me picking Chief games, Kyle.
You fool! I was all in on Buffalo here.
I can't seem to grasp the Kansas City Chiefs correctly. I just don't know.
Kansas, that's what you were saying. Like, everyone's like, Kansas City's back. Kansas
City
hasn't beat a team
man.
with a winning record. They haven't beat a team with a winning record.
I don't care. Buffalo stinks on ice. All right, tell me why I was wrong. Tell me. I'm confused.
Pat Mahomes stinks. He has no his completion percentage in this game under 50%. He had a 46% completion percentage in this game.
15 of 34.
The thing is the Bills' biggest weakness on defense is their run defense. Kansas City cannot run the ball. So I was like, the Bills should be able to stop them here. And the Bills did. They were all over Mahomes in this game. I think that the Buffalo's offense is fine. I think they probably wish they got a receiver, but I mean, Dalton Kincaid kind of arrived. He was injured the past few weeks, so he had a great game. Shakir had a lot of catches. I mean, nobody really else had more than 2 besides Shakir and Kincaid. But yeah, I just think that the Kansas City, like, everyone's like, oh, they're so back, and I was like, who did Kansas City even play for this so back? They beat the Raiders, who stink. They beat the the Commanders,
Who
who stink. They didn't even have Jaden Daniels,
Yeah.
and also they stink. And they beat the Lions, who were super injured on defense. Bills
Lions-
are at home. Chiefs haven't won. The Chiefs won one game on the road this year, and it was against the Giants, and they almost lost that
And
game.
they almost lost that game.
That
You're
game
right.
was a lot closer than the final score indicated.
You're right.
Same
You're
with
right.
the Lions game. The Lions just kind of lost momentum with going for it on 4th down, and they had the touchdown that didn't count with Jared Goff.
Jared
If they got
Goff,
that touchdown momentum, that they could have won that game. This Chiefs team, it's overblown. I mean, everyone gets like, oh, it's still the Chiefs. They obviously they like, if you look at their advanced metrics, like, oh, they're so efficient. Watching them with the eye test, they're not the same Chiefs. The O-line's not as good. They have their receivers back, but the O-line's not as good. Mahomes hasn't been playing great this season, to be honest, outside of the past 3 games against garbage teams. But I'm saying that they don't look like the same Chiefs. I stand by my take. I think the Eagles broke them, showed they were vulnerable. And I mean, granted, they made a little bit of a comeback effort in this game. There was that big 4th and 17 in the fourth quarter that they got, and I was like, oh my god, they're really gonna win this game now. But no, Bills hold on, especially if the Bills missed a field goal too. Oh my god, I thought Chiefs voodoo magic was back, but Bills were able to hold on. I thought Bills dominated majority of this game. They almost kind of
really
blew it
did.
Yeah, they almost kind of blew it in the fourth quarter, but I mean, they had enough of a leeway where they were going to be fine.
Yeah, I mean, they had a 2-possession lead in the fourth quarter. And yeah, I think the biggest point that I'm taking away from what you said was definitely the Bills' run defense versus their secondary. I mean, yes, their secondary is constantly banged up. Their best corner, Christian Benford's constantly in and out of the football game. But I mean, overall, their secondary really isn't that bad. At least if you watch them, right? It's really their run defense. I mean, how they lose to Atlanta, Bijan killed them. I mean, I know Drake London killed them as well, but through the air, right? And like short plays that your front 7 should be making. It's not really on the secondary. And the biggest knock that you and I both have had against Kansas City is that they lack an explosive guy at the running back position. And they didn't make a move for
they were looking
back.
for a run allegedly.
They were.
They were they were shopping hard for Breece Hall. Not hard enough, apparently.
I heard I heard Kansas City. I didn't really hear anybody else really was in contention for Breece Hall or for a running back for that point. But yeah, they didn't make a move for a running back, so now it's gonna be the rookie Braden Smith, it's gonna be Kareem Hunt, and I mean, I don't know how long Pacheco is going to be out for, but he's going to be out for a little bit, as far as I'm hearing, right? Yeah, he's not playing. Yeah. Guess who was back in this game? I saw got a couple carries, which was crazy. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was back.
Yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They signed him from their practice squad, elevated him from this game.
Yeah, but like
that's a throwback.
You can't really be running like you can't run with Xavier Worthy. You can't run with Rashee Rice. They do I know they like to do those little end around plays. But you need a guy that's going to, like, especially in the playoffs, right? That's how the Eagles, you saw how they did it last year. They just ran it down everybody's throat, and then they threw it when they needed to, which, turned out to be the Super Bowl. But, yeah, I mean, I like that, and I got this take wrong, and I think that was a really, really good call by you. First of all, so congratulations. This is one of the spread games, and I'm sure you won.
Yes, this is one of the ones I won. I did pick the Bills spread. I also bet the Bills straight up. That was like one of my only bets I won this week.
That was good. Well, you won last night too.
I did win last night. There was some bets that I wish I made, but obviously I was dealing with some personal matters. But I was planning on. I would have bet Seattle was a bet I liked. The KBTs obviously I hammered, but unfortunately that didn't hit. I know Broncos I liked, Steelers I liked, so
yeah.
And I won my picks pool, so that means there was definitely a lot of more bets I liked than anybody else.
I went 8-7 with my picks this week. Like I don't want to be 8.
Damn, I did better than you straight against the spread.
Straight up.
I went 9-5.
Like, I just on the spread. I thought I was gonna be 10-5 at one point, and then I accidentally miscounted one of the wins as losses, and then I lost last night. So I went from 10 wins to 8 wins just in the blink of an eye. I'm like, all right, shit. I mean, granted, last night was a bad pick.
Wow.
We'll touch briefly on Sunday night. It was an absolute massacre. Seahawks win 38-14. Yeah, I mean,
Seattle looks really good.
Seattle
looks really good. That's a team I was completely off on. I didn't think Sam. I doubted Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's arguably been playing like an MVP.
Sam Darnold holy smokes, has turned it around. Jets fans have to be punching air right now, my dude. Looking at Sam Darnold.
Yep.
I mean, I think he's having an even better year than he did in Minnesota last year. Is that so far-fetched to say?
He is, statistically speaking.
Which is crazy to me because you had Jettis and Jordan Addison last year in Minnesota. You had TJ Hawkinson last year. You had a healthy Aaron Jones. And yes, JSN is taking himself from good
JSN,
player
I think,
to
is
superstar.
Him and Jonathan Taylor are the two front runners for offensive player of the year.
I do think it's JT. I do ultimately think it's JT still, but I mean Smith and Jigba, I think he has to be number 2 at this point, right? I mean,
he has a case. He was better this week.
He does have a case.
He jumped on the race this week.
Yeah, he definitely won this week. Yeah, I mean Seattle Darnold had 4 first half touchdowns. This game was over at halftime. And then you got, I mean, I feel so bad for Jaden Daniels, man. I mean, yes, it was a very gruesome injury, and if you're squeamish, I wouldn't recommend looking up any videos or pictures of it. But how do you justify him playing when it's 31-7 and it's in the fourth quarter, like towards the middle of the fourth quarter?
There's 7 minutes left in the fourth.
Get him out of
there,
man.
out.
Like,
honestly, I get it. Like, oh, he's a competitor, he wants to play. Yeah. He was injured going into this game. You pull guys out like that when you're up down that bad.
He wasn't even cleared to play until like midweek. Like, it just doesn't make sense, you know? Yeah,
that's what bothers me the most. Like, I get it. Like, if he was perfectly healthy going into this game, whatever.
Yeah, whatever, right?
You don't want to like show that you're quitting. But the fact that he was injured going into this game with a hamstring, which that's an injury that he easily reactivated.
Yeah.
Why is he still in the game? That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's where I have a problem with it. Not the fact that he was in the game late. The fact that he was injured going into the week and he was in the game late. Correct. Those factors combined is where I have an issue.
Yeah, I think this pretty much bookmarks the end of the Commanders season. I mean, they're 3-6 now. I was gonna say 3-5. They're 3-6 now. They're completely out of the NFC East. I think it's very clear the Eagles are going to be the first back-to-back winners since 2004 in the NFC East.
Don't jinx that. I thought they were in the first back-to-back winners in 2023.
Knock on wood.
Eagles have to win 6 more games to. I mean, provided nothing no other teams lose games, they have to win at least 6 right at this moment, which I think they can.
Yeah, I think 11 gets it done, but whatever.
Well, no, like 6 more mathematically will get it done.
And then then no other team would have a chance. Got you.
Yeah.
Speaking of teams that don't have a chance, the Dallas Cowboys played football last night, and they lost to the Arizona Cardinals, 27-17. I think a lot of people like going into this game. My whole thought logic, like I was completely off on this game. By the way, I picked Arizona. It was a bad pick. Or I picked Dallas. It was a bad pick.
You picked Dallas. I was gonna say Arizona's a great pick.
My thought logic was like Arizona started 2-0. A lot of people forget they're 2-5. They're heading in the wrong direction. A lot of people forget those 5 losses were all by 1 possession.
Those 5 losses were all like 1 possession.
All of them
were
like 1 possession
points
games.
Or less.
All of them were right.
I loved Arizona plus 3.
4 points or less. Yeah, I mean the Cowboys were really, really stupid in this game. They constantly left points off the board. They went for it on 4th and goal. It was a 0-0, bro, and they go for it on 4th and goal from like the 6-yard line. Like, dude, take the points. And then Arizona turned that into 3 points, so that's 3 right there. Then you had the Ferguson fumble in the second quarter, which was absolutely in field goal range. That might have been 7 points. I think it was a 3rd and long, and he was short of the first down, so it was going to be 3 points. That's 3 points right there. And then later in the game, they went for it on 4th and goal because they were down like 3 possessions at that point, and they didn't get it again. So that's 9 points, Kyle, right there. That's a 1-score game. Now it's 27-26. What are we doing, Dallas?
What are we doing?
Very, very sloppy. I'm happy for the Cardinals though, because if they win a lot, like if they were up all that time, they were whooping them. Like I would have felt really, really bad if they had lost that game.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, to your point, they came out firing, man. I mean, Jacoby Brissett, dare I say, looked good.
Dude, QB controversy, soft benching for Kyler.
I honestly, yeah.
Baby Grapevine saying Jacoby's gonna be the starter, but John DeGannon says otherwise. He did say in a press conference today that Kyler Murray is the starter when healthy. But
I mean,
rumblings through the KB Grapevine is that the locker room wants Brissett.
Arizona has shifted from a run-first team to a pass-first team with Jacoby Brissett at the helm. They had 10 passes on just their opening drive alone. They were 4 for 5 on 3rd down in the first quarter. And a lot of these were long conversions. And again, look, I know it's the Dallas Cowboys. I know they have a very poor secondary. It is still impressive when you can do that on a consistent basis throughout the course of a game in the NFL. So, yeah, I mean, they were making it look easy. I don't know if you picked it up at the end of the first half. Brissett took it in for like a tush push situation, and someone on Arizona was like clearly hear them over the TV. They're like, "It's too fucking easy." Very.
Yeah. No. Did you see when this was honest? This was in contention. This was late in contention for Tua to turn the ball over the week. Javonte Williams, when he fumbled the ball near the end of the game, which almost pretty much iced it.
Yeah.
The hot mic caught the Cardinals playing, saying, "Javonte's so ass. Javonte's so ass."
Oh man.
But the fumble itself wasn't worthy enough for the play.
Yeah. The hot mic made it funny.
Made it up there.
Yeah. One other thing in this game before we move on is Marvin Harrison. Finally, man. Finally. I know his dad's gonna be really proud. Because his dad was talking a lot of shit about the Cardinals. Not just his son. He's talking shit about the team. He was like, "We stink. Can't do anything right." He had tied his career high in the first half for catches in the first half. Ended up breaking it on the game. Let me just pull up his stat line. 7 catches, 96 yards, and the touchdown. Holy smokes, against Deron Bland. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was a great catch by him.
No, it was a juke, bro. He broke Deron Bland.
Oh yeah, he juked him.
And then CD saw it up on the screen. He was like, he was like, "Whoa." So yeah, very good game for him. Much needed win for the Cardinals. They now improve to 3-5. Cowboys dropped to 3-5-1. I don't know. Let's see if those moves they made today do anything for them. God knows they need it. So God also knows we need a win, Kyle. I'm gonna keep saying it. I mean, I don't know how long. I like. Look, I'm the one who posts on the Instagram for picks. I curate the designs. I put all the picks up. The picks are mine. The tease has been Kyle's thing because he was a winner last year. Can't take that away. Right?
I was a winner.
0-9.
Not over yet.
Though. I mean,
not great.
Kyle,
it's not over yet.
Let me tell you, time's running out. Time's running out.
Wow.
It's soon. We're gonna have a discussion soon. Not yet. You got your picks. I know you've been leaning on me, for some advice, maybe a pick. We got it. We need a winner. We need a winner. All right.
I like this one a lot. I'm ready to roll.
Shoot.
You ready?
Shoot, man.
Here we go.
Shoot, I'll shoot you.
In the KBTs this week, we go. Well, normally I like to do a game that we attend.
Come on, please do it
at all.
We're going to
the. It's not going to be in. It's not in the.
Come on. We're going to the.
The line I liked was Browns, and I didn't want to do that to Tony. I didn't want to be rooting for the Browns.
All right, fair enough.
I want to root for the Jets. Fair enough. Exciting room for the Jets. If I'm not a fan of either team and I'm at the team's home game, I'm rooting for the home team.
Fair enough.
Even if I don't think they're going to win. So I'm not touching that game. Especially with the trades and everything. It's just too many unknowns.
Weird.
Okay. First game though in the KBTs. Oh, where are you? What did I do?
I will say, Kyle did not consult me on this week's tease.
I didn't consult because the KBTs last week where I asked for consult would have won but I changed things around after consulting, so I'm not doing that anymore. Just going with my gut. First game, Giants at Bears. Give me the over 41.5. And we've already discussed with the Bears game, this alternates over hit in every game but one. For the Giants, this is hit in every game but two. One of those games being with Russell Wilson. Right recently, I think both of these teams, their last 3 or 4 games each have both hit the regular over of the game. So yeah, I like the Bears defense isn't very good. Giants are due for some kind of explosion on offense. I think they got the over pretty easily last week. Bears also got the over pretty easily last week. 41.5 is not a lot of points for two teams with bad defenses and explosive-ish offenses. So yeah, give me Giants Bears over 41.5. That's our first one.
I'm all right with it.
Next one, give me the Detroit Lions -1.5 at the Commanders. Commanders have lost Jaden Daniels. They have lost all hope. Detroit Lions coming after a loss over the past 3 seasons, I believe have won, the past 2 seasons. I didn't finished looking at stats for 2023. They are undefeated. They also win by double digits, I think, every time but one. Also, Detroit historically, when they lose in embarrassing fashion in prime, not embarrassing fashion, but they lose to a
it was
team
pretty
in
embarrassing.
prime time or the playoffs, the next time they face them, they have a vengeance and they want to win by a lot. If you recall, last time the Lions played the Commanders was in the playoffs in the divisional round where the Lions had their best season of all time and they lost. So they're definitely going to be out for blood. Dan Campbell's definitely whipping them after that loss against Minnesota. I'm very confident that the Lions are going to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, look, I was with you there last week, and it didn't happen, but can happen.
This week alone, this season alone, if you recall, the game, I'm gonna just pull up the schedule real quick just so I can get the accurate scores.
Okay.
But remember, they lost to the Packers in
Yep.
embarrassing fashion week 1. Came back, blew out the Bears.
Yep.
They lost to when they lost to the Chiefs. They blew out the Bucks. Then they lost to the Vikings this week. I think they're gonna blow out the Commanders.
Okay. Look.
So they got a vengeance there.
Do I ladder bet this one?
They were upset with how they lost in the playoffs.
Do I ladder bet this one? Maybe. I'm thinking about it. Give me back my money, FanDuel. Give me back my money. I need my money.
Oh, screw FanDuel, by the way, for basically making it impossible to view your bets for the most of Sunday. So boo FanDuel.
Oh yeah, bro. What was up with that? And then you couldn't
that was gross.
Yeah, and then it was like
couldn't see or cash out any of your bets. Disgusting.
Stupid. All right, what's the next one?
Next game. Give me Sunday Night Football. Give me the Steelers plus 10 at the Chargers. Steelers defense woke up last week. Chargers without Joe Alt are not the same team. Actually, fun fact, the Chargers have only covered when won by 10 or more points twice this season, which was against the it was against the Carson Wentz injured Vikings 2 weeks ago, and also against the that was it. Oh, the Raiders, but the Raiders stink, and that was also with Joe Alt. So without Joe Alt, this team is not very good. Well, not that they're not very good, but they don't win that many games.
I actually really like this.
And the Steelers, fun fact, have covered. They would have been one game would have been a push, but they have covered plus 10 in every game, but the game against Seahawks in week 2.
I feel like this was a trend for you last year. Pitt plus 10 rings a bell, and I feel like you were riding this.
Yes, that was a bet that I did a lot,
and it worked a lot.
KBTs, and it was very fruitful.
Yeah. So fun.
I do like Pitt plus 10.
Little spoiler alert, which we'll get in here in just a second, but I'm picking Pitt in this game. I'm picking them straight up.
There we go.
Yeah, so I'm on board with you. I'm on board.
I think I'm probably going to pick straight up as well.
I'm on board. All right, and I know Monday night's next, so give it to me.
Monday night is on here. Give me the Eagles plus 9.5 in this game.
Okay.
Nick Sirianni, after a bye week, is 6-1 with the one loss being the Super Bowl 57 against the Chiefs.
That's not even really a bye.
Which isn't really even like a true bye. It's a playoff bye.
Yeah.
Also, if you count week 1 games, which Nick Sirianni is really good at, if Nick Sirianni has extra time to repair, he is 10-1 all time.
Is that against the
Packers,
spread or just straight up?
What are the Packers? Just straight. We're also getting plus 9.5. This is just straight up to win the game, and we're getting plus money.
Yeah.
And the Packers have shown to be inconsistent at best.
Yeah.
I think the Packers have only covered this in one game, which I'm just pulling that up just to confirm my facts.
You know, I'm a
plus 9.5. They only covered in 2 games. One was the was Jaden Daniels in that game? Yeah, that was the game Jaden Daniels got injured in. That was the game against the that's last week here. Oh God, I'm scrolling too much. There was the game against the Lions week 1. Week 1's weird. We're throwing that out. They beat the Commanders when Jaden Daniels was hurt. And then every other game, I guess the Bengals, they covered it too. But again, these are bad teams. The Eagles are coming off a bye. Give me Eagles plus money. They're 10-1 off of a bye week.
Yeah.
Or 10-1 with extra time, 6-1 off a bye.
Look,
give me 9 points.
Yeah.
Against this Packers team that's not really inspiring any confidence and low key really hasn't blown anybody out since week 2.
So
give me the Eagles plus 9.5.
There were 2 ways I thought you were going to go with this. One was actually going to be the alt under, which I think is like what would it be? It would be under 51.5, which I think is just like this has like 24-20 written all over it or something like
Yeah,
that.
this is definitely. I see a low scoring game. That was definitely under consideration, but once I saw the bye records and with time to repair, I was
Yeah.
like, give me Eagles plus points.
I am picking the Eagles here. I mean, this would just be like the Eagles should win. They should win in theory. Like it's the perfect storm right now. I mean, Green Bay looks absolutely lost on offense. The Eagles just got
They lost their argue. You could argue. Besides, I mean, Josh Jacobs is their best piece on offense, but they
Yes.
lost their second best piece on offense with Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, they just lost Tucker Kraft, who has been an absolute menace and like really an Eagle killer too. You go back to the wild card game last year, he was very, very good in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Or the divisional round, I should say. I mean,
no, that was a wild card.
No, it was the wild card. I'm tripping. Yeah. So it's like, and the Eagles have been torching opponents through the air. Saquon, I think he's gonna go. It looks like the bye week helped him.
Even if not, Tank Bigsby's look good. So
yeah, but I would rather prefer Saquon being there just to be extra sure. I think you even might see if Saquon gets ruled out for whatever reason or AJ gets ruled out. I think you actually might see the line move a little bit more in the Packers' favor. It might get to 3.5. But look, the Packers are obviously favored because they're home, and there's no other reason. That's literally the only reason they could be favored, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Usually home teams, like if you're home, usually that buys you 3 points automatically. The fact that it's 2.5 shows that the Eagles
correct.
That's definitely a line based on it being the home team.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, go ahead and recap this, Kyle, because
recap: Giants Bears over 41.5, Lions -1.5, Steelers +10, and Eagles +9.5.
Please, Kyle, give us a winner.
Very solid. We have stats in all these for all these games. Last week you could argue the one I didn't have a stat was Lions. I just was like,
I need it.
Dan Campbell actually isn't that good off a bye now. I think he's 2-1 off a bye. Yeah. It's not that great.
Yeah. All right, we'll go through the rest of the games in Week 10 really quick. Thursday night you got the Raiders and Broncos. Meh. It's kind of meh. I'll watch it. I like to watch football, but Sunday we've got the Falcons and Colts in Berlin.
Colts in Germany.
Yeah, Germany.
Dude, I feel bad for Spain. I think next week is Commanders Dolphins in Spain.
Oh God, yeah, Madrid's getting a tough one there. I actually think
that's their first game too. Big rep.
This game could be like 40-30 or something like that. In theory,
be a gross game.
In theory, it could be.
Who knows? Falcons are the most bizarre team because their defense is actually pretty good.
It's not
fun little Drake May glaze for you that I missed because Ben sent it a little too late. Drake May put up another MVP. Drake May had a down week. No, Drake May put up another MVP performance against one of the best pass defenses in the NFL as only the second quarterback with a passer rating over 100 against the Falcons this season.
I'll tell you what, the one thing the Falcons have been consistent on is the defensive side of the ball. So I'll give
the pass defense has been very solid.
It's been very, very good. So is it going to be another test for Indianapolis? Yeah, probably. I do expect the Colts to win this game though, just because the Falcons are too much. They're too much. I don't know. Maybe I just flip a coin for the rest of the Falcons games this year. That might. I'll probably do just as good picking them, to be honest. Sunday we've also got back in the States. We've got the Patriots and Bucks, which we touched on a little bit earlier.
That should be a good game.
Yeah, this is probably New England's second toughest game so far this season. The other one being at Buffalo, which they won. But yeah, I alluded to this earlier. Can the Patriots DBs contain Tampa Bay's wide receivers? I don't think so. Particularly, I mean, I know the Bucks have struggled a little bit these last couple of weeks.
Tampa Bay's wide receivers are they even healthy? Chris Godwin's hurt.
I know Godwin's questionable. Emeka should be better coming off the bye, but like 9 points against Detroit, 23 against a pretty substandard Saints defense. So
Bucky Irving's allegedly back, but again, as I said, Patriots have not let up a running back or any running back have over 50 yards.
So
rushing,
and I think they're definitely going to need that if they're gonna win this game. Woo! Excuse me. We've also got the Toilet Bowl, Kyle, which for those of you who don't know, we'll be in attendance for. We're going to Jersey. Well, we're staying in Jersey, but we're going to MetLife. The Browns and Jets.
Rain. Ew.
Oh my God, are we really gonna do this? Maybe we should just stay in the parking lot and watch Red Zone.
It's gonna rain.
No, it's not gonna
Ew.
rain. It's gonna rain.
Rain. Occasional rain.
Oh,
69% chance of rain. And then we haven't bought the tickets yet.
what are we doing, bro?
Oh,
We
gross.
look, I'd signed up for this game a while ago. Kyle was kind of in the air about it, but then he realized, oh, these tickets are going to be literal dirt. We could probably walk in and nobody would give us some any trouble about it.
Mhm.
Yeah, look, it turned into a boys trip, so we're going. I don't know. I might have my phone and my portable charger just so I can watch Red Zone if it gets that bad. It's gonna rain though. I don't want it to be cold and rainy and be watching these two teams play.
Yeah, it's gross.
Oh man. So yeah, be on the lookout for exclusive coverage for the Browns and Jets. I know that's every football fan's wet dream. God, I feel like I have to wash my mouth out after talking about that game. We've got
Curious how much tickets prices have gone down since
oh
the
they've had
trades.
to have gone down $20. They were already like $70 yesterday with including fees, so they've got to be even cheaper than that. We've also
59 is get-in price
yeah $59, bro. Like come on,
with including fees.
that's bad. We've also got the
You can get
Cardinals.
lower bowl for like 75.
That's crazy. We've also got the Seahawks and Cardinals, Arizona at Seattle on Sunday. Yeah, I mean this potential upset here, Kyle. You see that? I mean, maybe with
For
Arizona.
what? Cardinals?
Yeah, Arizona looking to build on
Maybe.
that momentum. I kind of like that pick. I'm gonna think about that one a
No,
little
I
more.
like Seattle. Looks too good.
Seattle
I'm
looks
thinking
really good
Seattle.
right now. Look, it's a divisional game, so I do think this one's gonna be a bit closer than people think. But yeah, Seattle looks really, really good. So I'd have to think about this one a little bit. And then we did touch a little bit on Sunday night and Monday night. Sunday night again is the Steelers at the Chargers, and Monday Night Football will be the Eagles taking on the Packers in Green Bay. So yeah, that's gonna be the Week 10 preview. I got a really quick one more thing, Kyle. I had this thought last night because I saw what's his face field goal. Chad Ryland, the kicker for the Arizona Cardinals, kicked a field goal and like it was one of those ones where it like went over the top of the upright.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Why don't the goalposts go all the way up?
Go infinitely up.
Like why is it like the way it is? Like why can't it just be two beams that literally just go all the way up and then you just have like the bottom of where the goalpost would be like at the same height? Like why? Because there's no way. Because like, look, think about it, right? If you doink it, you doink it, and you sometimes miss it, sometimes it doinks in, but usually when you doink it, you miss it, right? If you just kick higher, right? If you take all those doinks and you just raise them by 30 feet or whatever, they're all good. Because the ball needs to cross the outside of the outer part of the upright. So like I don't like in theory, right? If you just lower the height of the ball and it were to doink, you would miss it. But you just raise the height and it goes in. That just doesn't seem correct to me. There's a lot of things about the NFL rule book that don't make sense to me, but that seems like one that should just be a no-brainer. Raise the uprights.
Yeah.
What is your one more thing, Kyle?
Halloween. Halloween this past weekend.
I love Halloween.
Very fun. I was in the city for Halloween. Very fun. I was dressed as Walter White.
Oh my god, I didn't get to see you, bro. Do you have pictures?
Yeah, I forgot.
Tell me a picture.
Yeah, I have pictures.
All right, go.
I'll send you it real quick.
You gotta show me.
But yeah, the city Halloween, very fun. I'm shouting out some of the costumes I saw some cool ones. Saw somebody as a hobbit, and it was like full dressed up with the backpack, pots and pans and stuff.
That's cool.
Very cool costume. Somebody had like an Appa costume, like from Avatar: Last Airbender. That was a very cool costume. I know there was a Golem costume. That was pretty cool. Where the hell's my costume? My costume apparently was so good that my friend Ben, when he was trying to find me at
Cracker Barrel?
What the hell is there? Not Cracker Barrel. What's the
Waffle House?
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
I was like, I'm at the beer section, and I was like, where? He was like, you're not there, and it was because I was in this costume, and he didn't recognize me.
Were you buying beer at Trader Joe's?
Yes, I was buying beer at Trader Joe's.
You should have walked up to somebody and be like, you should not buy all the beer at the same store. You need to go to different stores to buy the beer. And then you just harass them at checkout and be like, get out of my Trader Joe's. I love Halloween, man. That's one of my favorite costumes. One of my favorite holidays. Liz's number one holiday. She loves Halloween. So yeah, I had a good.
More of a Thanksgiving guy myself.
I love Thanksgiving. Yeah, I think for me it's probably Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. Halloween and Thanksgiving are closer, but Christmas gotta take it, man. I love Christmas.
Thanksgiving's better than Christmas.
It's up there for a while. I mean, my family doesn't really get together. Like the big part of my family doesn't really get together as much as they used to. But growing up, Thanksgiving was the shit. Like touch football, like watching football and then playing touch football in the leaves, turkey ball. Oh my god, which was still we gonna
still rocking it.
We gonna beat that ass, Kyle. All right, that'll do it for us for this week. Again, we are gonna be at the Browns and Jets game in New Jersey at East Rutherford at MetLife Stadium this coming Sunday, where I will be posting videos and footage from the tailgate and whatnot and from the football game. So be on the lookout for that. We will be back next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here live on YouTube. And then the next day on Spotify. I know I've been slacking a little bit with the Spotify. Work's been quite busy. And if, Pix was putting bread on the table and keeping the lights on around the house, trust me, I'd be...
KBTs was hidden.
Yeah, literally. I was telling Liz, I'm like, Liz, we might have to make some budget cuts for this Christmas coming up because, until we get a couple wins here, it's going to be rough. But we'll see. We'll try and change that around, turn that around this week. Once and for all, you get one win. You might just keep going, Kyle. I think you
just gotta stay hot.
It's like in base.
Just gotta get that spark.
Yeah, it's like in basketball. You just gotta see one go in. So until then, we will see you next Tuesday. So peace out, everyone, and have a good night.